Nothing to do with your age, gender, nationality, or the color of your skin. So we came to America with this dream. Now, you know what? Time doesn't permit. It's hard to tell your whole life story in a couple of moments, but I will say this. You know, part of what I do, like I said at the start, is I travel around inspiring kids in public schools to make right choices, to take responsibility for their lives, not to have a victim or an entitlement mentality. I use my story about the dysfunctional past not to use that as an excuse, but to begin to be around people that can inspire you and help you grow. I talk to these kids about the importance of having good friends, good peers. I say to the kids in the school, show me your friends who you hang out with and I'll show you where you're going in life. I inspire these kids about how we need people in our lives that are like propellers, that are going to take us in the right direction, not anchors out the back, pulling us under and holding us back. But you don't really hear a lot of people talking and traveling around as a motivational speaker. Woo. Well, talking about, well, what if you are successful one day? You know, we all want a piece of the American pie, to work hard, and we all want a piece of, the good life. We all want to see some rewards from our hard work for years and our labor. But what sort of pressure does success, career, job, fame, fortune, all the lifestyle, what sort of pressure does that put on your marriage, your family, your kids, your attitude, your ego? Well, let's just say, at the heights of success, living the dream in the music industry in America, I found out. But I've got to be honest with you folks here in Oneida. That's what I said. I never woke up one morning in my big mansion in Las Vegas, Tennessee, y'all. I never sat on the end of my bed and looked around my beautiful home with my gold and platinum albums and my Grammy nominations, and at the heights of success, living the dream, all right? I never sat on the edge of my bed one morning and thought, right, what's on the agenda this week? What am I going to do today? Oh, I know. I'm going to destroy my marriage, my wife, my kids, my family, and my career and my life. It never happened like that. When I look back on what my demise was, I realized it was a gradual desensitizing of little things in my life. Little choices, wrong choices that I made. That at the time I thought, this is no big deal. A little compromise of character here, a little look to the left here, a little blind eye here. That's nothing. No one's even going to notice. But little did I realize, folks, that when you begin to erode the foundations of your life, eventually it's going to take its toll on every area of your life. And at the heights of success, living the dream in the music industry in America, I began to cut anchors from my life. Anchors that we all have. Doesn't matter if you were a rock star in a band, you can be a gardener, teacher, accountant, carpenter, greenskeeper, whatever. Anchors that we all have to keep us grounded on this crazy journey called life, especially if you profess to be a Christian. The first anchor I cut from my life was the absolute importance of my daily devotion and commitment to God. Taking time, 5 minutes, 1 minute, 10 minutes, whatever, just to pause in the busyness of life, the busyness of my schedule, just to stop and read His Word, to realign my heart, my thinking, my attitude on God that keeps everything in focus. I tell you what, God, I'm just so busy this week. Next week, I promise you, I'll have twice as many devotions. Well, next week comes and I'm even busier, and we're going into the studio now to make our brand new album. It's going to reach millions of people around the world with a message of hope. Well, let me tell you, eventually I got to a place where I stopped having my devotions. And I'm meant to be a follower of Christ, a Christian. I stopped doing them altogether. And it wasn't because I was a bad person. I love God with all my heart. I just got so busy doing everything I thought I was meant to be doing, but I stopped doing those things I desperately needed to keep doing every day. The next anchor I cut from my life, I didn't think it was matter, was the importance of my family, my wife, my kids. You know what my family needed more than ever? They didn't need more vacation, more trips, more holidays, more lifestyle. We had all of that and more that we could ever spend. You know what my kids, my family needed more than anything? Was Dad just to be there for them. But Dad's off saving the world. Dad's off saving everyone else's family, everyone else's marriage, everyone else's kids, saving the problems of the world. But right under my own roof, in my own home, I'm losing my own marriage, my own family. When you begin to cut those sort of anchors from your life, and time doesn't permit for me to name more anchors, 6 months or a year, but I guarantee you somewhere down the road, there is a disaster waiting for you. And at the heights of success, folks, gaining the world, living the dream, a marriage, a family, a personal life, marriage was over. If you think at that low point in my life, I would have had enough common sense in this bald, shiny Australian head of mine to reach out to anybody, a local church, a pastor, somebody, and just say, help. But I made the dumb mistake of turning to an alcohol bottle. See, for me, it's best to drink myself into oblivion. But eventually the alcohol never numbed me enough, because sometimes it still hurt. And the guilt and the pain and the anger and the shame that I was feeling, I didn't want to feel anything. I just wanted to be numb and forget. So I went looking for more, because the alcohol, this wasn't part of the contract. Just yesterday, I was living the dream, standing on the stages of the biggest arenas in this nation, seeing tens of thousands of people a night, seeing our lives in a mess. And we get angry at our spouse, angry at our children, angry at God, blame everyone. But I say, hello, why do you think? Look at the choices that you have made over the last 6 months, over the last year, over the last several years that have gotten you to this place. For me, I removed Christ, the foundation of my faith. When you remove Christ, the foundation that keeps everything together, that helps everything make sense, when you remove Him, the very foundation and the fabric of everything begins to unravel.